On today's edition of Cronkite Sports Live, Arizona State baseball prepares for its biggest series so far.
Plus, both Arizona State basketball teams have been making noise in the transfer portal so far this offseason. Check out what Bobby Hurley and Natasha Dare have done so far. And
finally, it's the perfect time to take a look at the splits of the Territorial Cup. All that and more on Cronkite Sports Live.
Welcome into Cronkite Sports Live on this great Friday, everyone. And that's Sammy Miller. I'm Kevin Malater. Sammy, it's finally nice to be able to sit down and have a show.
Hey, Kevin, we had to try something new, spice things up a little bit, but hey, I don't like being on my feet for too long, something that Arizona State defense might agree with after a bad outing on the diamond on Wednesday.
Well, don't worry, Sam. You're going to be able to sit back and relax and watch some home runs.
Thank you, Aiden. So all of that starts tonight with a ranked matchup between Arizona State and Oregon State. Our own Blake Neiman is live at Phoenix Muni getting ready for tonight. Blake, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Sammy. You know, trying to stay cool out here in the shade. It's supposed to be a hot one, up to 90 degrees tonight, so just trying to stay cool in the hot sun.
Hey, Blake, make sure you put that sunscreen on, too. But Oregon State started Pac-12 play 1-5, but have gone 9-3 since and are now climbing the ranks again. What have been the keys to their turnaround?
Yeah, you mentioned that rough stretch. Stanford series loss, Washington State series loss.
And Blake, when looking at this defense, the bullpen has really been able to anchor the Beavs through some stormy seas with a 17-2 record on the year. Where is their success breeded from?
Yeah, the bullpen has just been fantastic.
And focusing back in on this weekend, Arizona State is coming off an embarrassing 20-run loss to their rivals down south, and OSU coming off that sweep against USC. So what do you see being the big difference maker in this series?
Yeah, we talked about the eliteness of the OSU bullpen.
The Sun Devils not only have their rivalry against the team down south, they also have their crosstown rivalry in GCU. Now let's head over to the highlights to see how it all went down over the Lopes. Right here is Savannah Price. She is warming up for the game, getting that arm ready to go. And Kenzie Brown is in the circle to start for ASU. It's the top of the first, and it's Kristen Fifield. She crushes one to center field. It's a two-run homer to put the Lopes up 2-0. It doesn't get much better for the Sun Devils. The very next inning, it's Macy Barnes. She is smacking one to center. It's another run, and quickly it's 3-0. And right here you can see Brown. She is shaken up early. However, ASU is able to bounce back, and of course it's Van Hook. She smokes one to left center, and that baby is gone. It's her 16th home run of the year, and she makes it 3-1. ASU wouldn't stop there. Yanni Acuna drills one to dead center. Once again, that ball is out of there. And ASU was able to hold GCU the rest of the way. Marissa Schold striking out another batter, 5 perfect relief innings from her. But ASU was just unable to get it done against GCU. They would end up losing 3-2. Whether it's college football or basketball, there's a reason why John Rothstein named this time of the year Portal Combat. I mean, we're seeing players from around the country enter the transfer portal in hopes of finding a new home. And as it relates to ASU basketball, Devin Cambridge is the latest basketball player to land elsewhere. The senior guard is heading to Oregon with one last year of eligibility. A bigger hit for ASU, especially considering that Cambridge will remain in the Pac-12. Last season for ASU, Cambridge put up 9.8 points per game, 5.4 boards, and 33.3% from three-point land. Also threw down some of the loudest dunks that we've seen in a long time at Desert Financial Arena. On top of this Cambridge news, yesterday freshman duo Duke Brennan and Malcolm Flaggs decided to take their talents just across the valley to GCU. Some younger guys who didn't play much, but definitely adding to the madness that is the transfer portal. Now, head coach Bobby Hurley said he wanted to attack the portal himself, and he has been doing just that. While several players have been on their way out, let's talk about a big one who's on his way in. Adam Miller is the latest name to join the Sun Devils, and our Justin Lacertosa introduces us to Arizona State's guard from LSU. Now, pretty good last name if I do say so myself, but anyways, Bobby Hurley isn't the only one looking to attack the portal this offseason. Women's basketball head coach Natasha Adair is ready for that same challenge. Our Ronan Haku breaks down the Sun Devils' newest addition, Jaylen Brown. And they're just a few of the 30 different events that make up the Territorial Cup Series. Now, of course, the Sun Devils and Wildcats are trying to get those bragging rights for this season. And for more on the point breakdown so far, I'll send it over to our very own Ben Paris. Thanks for that, Riley. Summer Hayes and the squad will be back on the links next weekend at the Pac-12 Championship. Now, even through the struggles that ASU women's lacrosse has endured this season, one bright spot has been graduate midfielder Kaylin Buckner. She is going to be crucial tonight in their game against San Diego State, but for more on her successes up until this point, Ryan Myers has you covered. It's time for some top plays! For number 4, we're heading over to Club Farrington, none other than Jordan Van Hook. Just an absolute bomb. It is out of the park, and it is all smiles from the senior Sun Devil.
Yeah, but smiles were contagious. Also, the Arizona State spring game. Here we have the Notre Dame transfer, Drew Pine, letting it fly to Jalen Conyers, the tight end, and he strolls right into the end zone. Jalen Conyers, he's had a great couple of weeks of spring ball, and he's gotten in the swing of things, Sammy.
And Kevin, look at him. He goes, hold on, wait a minute. And bam, look at that sweet chin music WWE move from the tight end.
Sign him up, Vince McMahon. Preston Summerhays now up with number 2, a putt for birdie to secure the Thunderbird Collegiate Invitational team competition for Arizona State. And of course, he sunk it. Arizona State also defeated Arizona in that invitational as well. Big ups there to Preston.
And for number 1, we're heading up to the birthplace of Starbucks. It's Seattle, Washington, with Isaiah Jackson. Look at him. He robs the home run, and he is only a freshman, Kevin. The athleticism that he has is simply unbelievable. ASU would go on to beat the Huskies in that game.
Looks like he had some extra hops as well, so maybe that caffeine from that Starbucks run earlier in the day really paid off. That's going to wrap it up for us here inside Studio 6. For all the phenomenally talented people that work behind the scenes in our studios, for Sammy Miller, I'm Kevin Malater saying so long, and we'll see you next week on Cronkite Sports Live.